The 2020 KCPE candidates have today reported to different schools across the country to make the transition from primary school. The 1.1 million learners are expected to join their various schools at a time when the country is battling the deadly coronavirus, posing huge challenges to parents in raising fees for their children.
No school will admit a learner in the system who has not physically reported to the school.
Exactly 3 months after the Ministry of Education announced the 2020 KCPE results, the approximated 1.9 million candidates who received their 2020 scores are now set to begin their new phase of learning to mark the beginning of the 2021 academic calendar after the shuffling and reshuffling of the learning seasons that has brought with it a huge confusion.
Zikuwe considerate kidogo. Juu kama sasa tumelipa uniform peke yake ni 25,000. Na kama watu wanatoka hii period ya COVID hawana pesa.
It is not only the parents who have the confusion, even ourselves, the administrators, psychologically, you know, you're used to doing things in a certain way.
Today, marking the beginning of the transition phase, students across the country reported in their respective schools ready for admission to commence their 4-year learning process.
We are quite on course with the 100% transition. Placement, of course, is one thing, reporting to school is another, but one step has to follow the other. And we are very happy then that we are on course with the 100% transition policy.
The biggest challenge of the moment being the deadly coronavirus, concerns arising on the preparedness of schools at a time when COVID-19 wave is stretching and cases are surging by day.
It is part of our school rules now. We formed what we call the COVID rules, which you can see even on the notice board here, that we have COVID rules. And one of the COVID rules is that the students must remain in their masks. And for us to even identify who is not wearing a mask, our students don't wear the same color of masks.
The Ministry of Education from its end has stood firm that all learners must be admitted to schools, adding that excuse should not be given at all cost concerning the education of learners, further warning school heads from violating the ministry's set rules and regulations. Today marks the beginning of a 4-year struggle for the 1.1 million students who sat their KCPE examination year 2020 to sew in books, if at all the 100% transition will be achieved as anticipated by the government. Robert Ouma, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Robert Ouma.